Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining Tanika Gary on Thankful Thursdays vlog. We're continuing our discussion on negative attitudes of unhappy people, an article that I was talking to you about on last week by Preston Ni from Psychology Today. And I want to continue with those four other ways of unhappy people that we may find ourselves sometimes being in those particular situations. So today we're going to discuss numbers 5 through 8. Number 5 is disempowering beliefs about difficult people. Well, when we start thinking about negativity, then, that can entail so many different things. But one of those things is when we come into contact with difficult people, then how is it that we are to respond? Well, instead of us acting in a negative way or responding in a negative way, we want to respond in a more positive way. So that means instead of being reactive, we want to be more proactive. We want to take a moment to think about the situation at hand and how we can better handle it by just instead of just popping off with a real quick response or some type of emotion, and actually taking a moment to think it through and be more proactive, be more positive about the situation. So that's number 5, is disempowering beliefs about difficult people. We all come in contact with them, but we just have to know how to handle the situation. Number 6 is the desire to blame. When we are in a negative spot, sometimes we have that desire to blame. And I know that I'm one of those people that are guilty as well, that we want to take on the role of the victim. Well, if we keep playing the role of the victim, then at some point in time we become weak and we weaken ourselves. And that weakness can then turn into bitterness and resentment, where we just want to hold on to whatever it is the situation may be. But instead of being in a weak spot, then we have to make ourselves stronger and build ourselves back up. And instead of wanting to blame someone else, then we need to learn how to take the blame for ourselves and our mistakes and what we've done, and learn to move forward. Like I told you on last week, we don't want to, stay there. We don't want to ruminate, but we want to move forward. It's okay to think about it, but it's something else to get stuck there. So we definitely don't want to get stuck there. Okay, number 7 is the struggle to forgive yourself. And this is a big one because, sometimes when we make mistakes, we just keep holding on to what we did, and how it may be affecting our now. But guess what? Everybody makes mistakes. So it's up to us to take that mistake and to be able to learn from it and to flip it so that it actually works to our advantage. So many times we want to hold on to what we've done. And sometimes people are always reminding us of what it is that we've done or what we've messed up. But you know what? At the end of the day, we have all messed up. And guess what? It's up to us as individuals to come back and to pick ourselves back up and put us back on the right track and be in that positive space. I want to read something real quick from the Mayo Clinic. And if you would give me a moment to find that. It says, it doesn't say that, but it says, forgive yourself. Everyone makes mistakes, and mistakes aren't permanent reflections on you as a person. They're isolated moments in time. Tell yourself, I made a mistake, but that doesn't make me a bad person. So let's take that into account, okay? And last but definitely not least is number 8, which is the fear of failure and making mistakes. So there's that word again, mistakes, the fear of failure. And when I was reading this and when I was jotting some things down, I had to circle those 3 words, fear, failure, and mistakes. Because those 3 words can really pretty much make you or break you. Some of us strive for perfectionism, and we just want everything to just be on point. And I had to learn that, it's okay if failure comes in. It's okay if a mistake has been made. The point is that we just pick ourselves back up and continue to move forward once again. Then sometimes because we desire perfectness, or we want everything to be perfect, we then tend to have all of these questions rolling in the back of our mind. Well, what if this doesn't happen? Or what if this goes that way? Or what if that goes that way? Or what if this is, sometimes it's okay to have those what ifs, but then those what ifs can begin to be a barrier and block you from moving in a direction of where you need to be. So instead of, all of these different kind of what if scenarios, then just take it as it is. Punch fear in the face and say, you know what? That's a book title, by the way. But punch fear in the face and say, you know what? It's okay if I make a mistake. Then that means that I'm still in the learning and the growing process. And remember, I've said before many times, is that when we are in that uncomfortable state, and sometimes uncomfortable may be failure, but it's when we're uncomfortable, it's when we begin to know and to grow and to build our strength. So I hope that this has helped you in some shape, form, or fashion. If you did not see the first half of this particular article that I've discussed, please make sure that you go back onto my YouTube page, Step Moments, or you can go over to my Facebook business page, Tanika Garrett Lifestyle Recovery Coach, and you can view it there from last week. Listen, I hope that this is being of some good to somebody out there in the media world. And I want you to make sure that you either sign up on my Facebook page to receive more information, Tanika Garrett Lifestyle Recovery Coach, or you can head over to YouTube and subscribe to my Stepmom's channel. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your wonderful day with your wonderful self. And remember that always in all things that we are to give thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.